Hey, hello guys. In this tutorial, we're going to look into how smartly and efficiently you can create an electrical plan out of some of the Revit smart families I created for the electrical and the lightings. So we're going to utilize all these families I made to draw in 2D, and as to utilize the power of Revit, I've made these family in such a way that when you're drawing in your 2D plan, it's also creating your electrical outlets or electrical families and lighting families both in 3D, so that you can see in your elevations, your sections everywhere. So let's jump in. We will load these families and I can show you how you can save lots and lot of time using these families and create your electrical plan in no time. Let's dive in. So we're going to look into this small house I made earlier. We're just going to partially create the electrical plan just to show you guys how these families can save you a lot of time and all the built-in options I have within them. So for this, my first step will be to load all my uh, families in this project file. So we can go to the directory. I can select all my electrical and lighting families and just insert them in this project. As you can see, all the families has been loaded now. My first step after I loaded all those families will be to you can see on the first floor plan, you can just duplicate this and create another first floor plan, which we can rename it as an electrical plan and use that as an example to draw my electrical layout. So I have already done that part, so I'm not going to focus on how you can copy different views. Okay, here you go. So in this base plan, what I have done here is I made all my layers grayscale so that only my electrical and lighting fixture will pop out. That way, it's much easier to read my drawings. Okay, to start with the electrical layout, all I have to do here is go to my component, place a component, and load my different families. So we can start with the outlets first. So let's start with the 110 outlets. And when you start inserting them here, you will see on your property bar there are different options you can use. So for this family, you when you select in the drop down for the outlets, you have all different outlets listed within the same family, including the floor outlet and ceiling outlet as well. And when you draw them, it will also draw in 3D. So I selected 110, and in the property bar, you can select the elevation where you want to place them and the center line offset. We are not going to worry about center line offset. It's mostly used when you have some constraints you want to follow. If suppose this outlet needs to be 2 feet from this wall edge, so you can lock those reference plane and make that happen. But here I'm going to place all my outlets at 1 feet 6 inches from the finished floor and just start placing them. So we're just going to cover the living area, kitchen, and one bedroom and toilet area. Not we're not going to cover the whole house. So okay, so for this living room, we're going to add outlets here, like this one again at 18 inches, and there will be one more. Oops, sorry. Yeah, here at the center of this wall. Okay, and for this one, this side, same. We can do it at 18 inches for the dining area. And these outlets will need to be 42 inches tall. So I'm just going to add 42 inches. Okay, somewhere here, but anyway, it's fine. And I guess I have enough space here as well below this countertop. So I can add one more on that wall. And similarly, you can add for this bedroom here, and we need a GFI inside this restroom. So for that, we're just going to change to a GFI and just add that here. And I forgot to change these 4 outlets to GFI for the kitchen. So all you have to do is just go to the drop down and select GFI, and it will note down the elevation and GFI label for you. And just to quickly check in our 3D view, I can go back here, just add a section cut and quickly check on my 3D view how it looks. So you can see all the outlets has been added inside. Let me change my scale. Yeah, so all the outlets, you can see they're pretty neatly placed everywhere except this one. I don't know why it got higher, how it got higher, but okay. Oops, even these four got higher. So what we can do is we can just select these and change the elevation to 18 inches. And this one needs to be 42 inches. Okay. Okay. Looks like all our outlet has been placed pretty nicely. And after the outlets, now we can just add a a television cable outlet here. I can just place it here, and then maybe, I think it's fine. Okay, okay, that's good. So after the outlet, let's start adding uh, our ceiling fans. So for ceiling fan, all you can do is just look for a ceiling fan, and there are all different options here inside the ceiling fan. I have created a bunch of different types. If you want to create 36, 48, or 56 or 72, you can also create your own, but these are just the width. I thought it will be helpful for you guys. So here at the bottom of, you just need to enter the bottom of the fan elevation and fan rod length. So considering the ceiling height, total ceiling height is 9 feet, I'm just going to keep it at 7.6. Maybe I need more blades. You can adjust your blades, how many number of blades you want. If you want a fan light, we may need a fan light here. And you can also label the elevation if you want, but I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to do is just add my fan here and here. So in this case, at the living area, you can see maybe I can increase my blade number and also the size just to show you guys around. And if you want to increase or change the size, you can create a new one. I'm just going to keep it as is for sake of this tutorial. After the ceiling fan, I'm going to add a bunch of lights inside. So to do that, you can go inside here again and look for LT, and in the LT, or you can just look directly search for your recessed light. So now you have a round trim recessed light. So now we will just create a recessed light here, 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 and here. I want to make sure they will not fall. Okay, so into my ceilings. So I think I have to just move a bit so that they're out of that sloped ceiling above. Okay, and I'll just create similar on the other rooms. Okay, I think this is enough. There will be one here for this lobby area, and then I will need some lights here. Here, okay, and maybe one more here, and just four of them on this side for my dining space. Okay, and for these two locations, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some pendant light. And for the pendant light, I have created a bunch of different options you can choose from. Like there are cone shape. I'll just use maybe a cylindrical drum shape here at the center. It just looks good, maybe. And then for the sorry, for the island part, maybe I will just do a dome because it just looks nicer, and we can change this anytime later on, so it's not something I'm worried about. And for the okay, for the countertop here, for the bar counter, I just placed three cone shape uh, pendant lights here. So it just looks good. I hope this will have all my lights good seem good. I can check quickly in 3D view just to see how it looks. Okay, yeah. Now all I have to do is just adjust my heights. Looks like these heights. Okay, so height from floor should be 7.6 and chain length will be 1.6. Sorry, 7.6 and 1.6 so that it will fit right above it. Oh, maybe I can change this to 6 since there will be a dining area. And same for this another fixture. What I can do is I can do it 7, maybe 7, 8, 9. Okay, 7 feet 9 inches. Okay, and same for the other three this pendant lights here. I can keep it 7, 6, maybe even more lower, maybe 7 feet. Let's do 7 feet, and that's 2 feet for the ceiling height. Okay, and these lights, since my ceiling height is higher in this space, I can just raise them to no 11 feet is my maximum height in this space. So okay, looks like all our lights has already been placed, and we just left with adding the switches and the wires. So to add the switch, you can go to the switch and one switch here, and for this area we will need one three-way switch for this for recessed light and one for your fan. Okay, so all you have to do is you can see all the options here. You can start with number of switches, how many number of switches you want. For this case I just need two switches, so I'm going to add two switch here, and then I'm going to add my first, maybe my second switch or first switch, whatever switch I want. I can make it as a three-way switch. So now you can see this got three-way switch, and I can start adding some wires. And for the adding wires, I have already created a line type. You can also use wires itself from the Revit if you have the full Revit. If you don't have a full Revit and may not have access to the wires, I don't know if it's available in the LT version, but you can also use the Revit wires options from the system to create such wirings. And then I'll just create similar, and I will add these lights maybe here. Okay, I think this way you have the lights coming to this one, and this switch can control these three lights here. Okay, these three pendant lights. And then you have some more switches to add. I think you should just add a few more switches here so that it's much easier for you to move around. You can control all these lights from here. So that you'll need one switch for these four lights, one switch for this pendant light, and I think that should be fine. I'll keep another switch here for the under cabinetry, or you can also have one switch for the under cabinetry. So I'll say let's do three switches here. There will be only one three-way, and two will be just the regular one. And I forgot to add some more under cabinetry lights. So let's say you want 12-inch long under cabinetry lights here. I'll keep one here, maybe one here, and one on this side. So to avoid the conflict, oops, what I can do here is to just move this little bit on the sides. And now I just have to add another switch. And this time we just need one switch here for my under cabinetry, which will be a three-way switch. Okay, so let's just quickly draw all our lights here. So for this one, I'm going to use okay, so you can see my three-way switch for the under cabinetry lights has been done, and now I can have wirings for this recess light and the pendant light. And similarly, now we can add some switches over here, maybe here. How about this wall and this one? Okay, I don't need this to be three-way switch, so I'm just going to simply disable that option. Okay, looks like all our switches are in place for this part. I may need to add another switch on this wall for this wall. Okay, so let's start drawing all the electrical wiring. One for the fan and one for the lights. Okay, done. And we need one wall light here, so we can go to wall light. Maybe just look for wall LT, wall mount, maybe a moon, or maybe a cylinder is fine. Okay, now we have a light here. Let's adjust the height of it. We will need this at least 7.6, so it's high enough and not lower like it was showing, and just add a vent here. And here we're just going to add a vent. You have three different options you can use from. You can have a recessed vent with the light, or with a vent with the light, or just the vent. I'm just, maybe if you want you can use with the light, but I'm just going to keep it as a vent. Now you can just quickly draw all the wires. Okay, looks like we have pretty much everything set up here, and now we can see in 3D view how it looks. Okay, I'm just going to keep my section cut as higher around the ceiling area so that you can see how different fixtures has already been added inside. They look pretty nice. All of them have placed in the correct locations. Do is the cool part of this tutorial. Let me just quickly cut the section box, and now we will go back to the Enscape and see how it looks in the night view. So this was the day view. You guys can see this house is a really pretty house, and with the day on you may not see all the lights turned on, but as soon I change to a night view, yeah, let's look at this view now. You can see nice sky above, and once we'll get inside the house, ta-da, you can see the fan we got here with nice light to it. All the outlets, you can see their locations has been shown in 3D. Same for the light fixtures here for our pendant. And now once you get into your 3D view, here you can quickly go back to the electrical plan and adjust the heights. So suppose in this one, if you want to adjust your heights for the pendant, you can just select them and raise the height, yep, to match with your ceiling. Look at this. And suppose if you don't want to commit with these light fixtures, you can just go back and change it to different light one. So this is really big. It's not gonna fit in there. So suppose you like the cylindrical fixtures, you can keep that as a cylindrical. I can see we are missing one of the wall here, but that's fine. It's not about the wall. It's just about the lighting right now. And now when you get inside, all your under cabinetry lights is showing up. You can see they're all turned on. And when you go toward the dining area, you have this nice drum light, pendant light is on. This is one of the another dome light. And when you walk in here, you can see another light. And in the restroom area, there is another light as well with the mirror and different stuff. And same for this room here. So you can see there is another fan with the light turned on. And there are 4 recessed lights. And you got a really nice view here to the outside. Let's quickly check our interior elevations, all sections, and this will be a nice way to cross-check how they pretty much look. So now you can see in one of this uh, let's just make it 9 feet so that you don't have to see all those lights. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the view looking toward the kitchen from the living area. You can see there are nice pendant light in 3D view turned on. This is one of the view. Okay, this switch height you can again adjust, go inside and just change the elevation to match with the other outlet elevation so that they're all showing up correctly in your interior elevations. I'm still working on my other tutorials on the smart cabinetry, how you can build smart cabinetry within an hour and have kitchen layouts and different layout done in no time. So just look out for that video, which should be coming soon, I guess, or unless I end up with working with some other items. But yeah, here in this you can see the vent is here, and then this light, everything is showing up correctly. In this view you can see how the fan has been attached, and the switch, like this is the TV outlet you got there, and there's another outlet here. You can adjust all the heights anytime. It's all dynamic. The last step after we finished our electrical plan is to get the view on our electrical sheet. For this purpose, I have already made a sheet view to keep my electrical view on it. And there is already a utility legend kept there. Now we just keep this electrical floor plan we made earlier in this tutorial on this sheet, and it's ready to be printed now. Thank you.